When did industrial psychology emerge as a distinct field of study? A. Early 20th century. B. Renaissance era. C. Industrial Revolution. A. Early 20th century. Industrial psychology emerged as a distinct field of study in the early 20th century, particularly during the period of rapid industrialization in Europe and the United States. The need to understand and optimize human performance within the context of work environments became apparent during this time. Who is often regarded as the father of industrial psychology? A. Sigmund Freud. B. Hugo Münsterberg. C. Ivan Pavlov. B. Hugo Münsterberg. Hugo Münsterberg, a German psychologist, is often regarded as the father of industrial psychology. His work in the early 20th century laid the foundation for the application of psychological principles to the workplace, including personnel selection, training, and employee motivation. Which event significantly influenced the development of industrial psychology during the early 20th century? A. World War I. B. French Revolution. C. Renaissance. A. World War I. World War I had a significant impact on the development of industrial psychology. The need to efficiently allocate personnel, assess skills, and address issues such as shell shock, now known as PTSD, among soldiers highlighted the importance of psychological principles in the workplace and organizational settings. What was one of the primary focuses of early industrial psychology? A. Improving agricultural techniques. B. Enhancing employee well-being. C. Increasing factory productivity. C. Increasing factory productivity. One of the primary focuses of early industrial psychology was increasing factory productivity. Psychologists sought to understand factors such as worker motivation, fatigue, and efficiency to optimize production processes in industrial settings. Which methodology did early industrial psychologists commonly use to study workplace behavior? A. Psychoanalysis. B. Experimental studies. C. Astrology. B. Experimental studies. Early industrial psychologists commonly used experimental studies to study workplace behavior. They conducted controlled experiments to investigate factors affecting productivity, employee satisfaction, and performance in various work settings. Which methodology did early industrial psychologists commonly use to study workplace behavior? A. Psychoanalysis. B. Experimental studies. C. Astrology. B. Experimental studies. Early industrial psychologists commonly used experimental studies to study workplace behavior. They conducted controlled experiments to investigate factors affecting productivity, employee satisfaction, and performance in various work settings. What major paradigm shift occurred in industrial psychology during the mid-20th century? A. Shift from behaviorism to cognitive psychology. B. Shift from cognitive psychology to behaviorism. C. Shift from industrial to clinical psychology. A. Shift from behaviorism to cognitive psychology. During the mid-20th century, industrial psychology underwent a paradigm shift from behaviorism to cognitive psychology. This shift brought a greater emphasis on understanding mental processes such as perception, memory, and decision-making in the workplace. Which area of industrial psychology gained prominence during the latter half of the 20th century? A. Employee motivation. B. Occupational health and safety. C. Work-life balance. B. Occupational health and safety. Occupational health and safety gained prominence during the latter half of the 20th century in industrial psychology. Psychologists began to focus more on understanding and mitigating workplace hazards, promoting employee well-being, and improving organizational safety cultures. What does the Hawthorne effect refer to in industrial psychology? A. The tendency for workers to perform better when they know they are being observed. B. The impact of economic recession on employee morale. C. The relationship between job satisfaction and productivity. A. The tendency for workers to perform better when they know they are being observed. The Hawthorne effect refers to the phenomenon where individuals modify their behavior in response to the awareness of being observed. This concept emerged from studies conducted at the Hawthorne Works plant in the 1920s and highlighted the importance of social and motivational factors in the workplace. Which psychological theory is often applied to understanding leadership and management in industrial settings? A. Social learning theory. B. Trait theory. C. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. B. Trait theory. Trait theory is often applied to understanding leadership and management in industrial settings. This theory suggests that certain personality traits are associated with effective leadership, and industrial psychologists utilize trait-based assessments to identify and develop leadership talent within organizations. What role did technology play in the evolution of industrial psychology during the late 20th century? A. It led to the decline of industrial psychology as a field of study. B. It facilitated the development of assessment tools and training programs. C. It had no significant impact on industrial psychology. B. It facilitated the development of assessment tools and training programs. Technology facilitated the development of assessment tools such as computerized testing, simulations, and virtual reality environments, allowing industrial psychologists to more accurately measure job-relevant skills and behaviors. Additionally, technology enabled the delivery of training programs through e-learning platforms and virtual classrooms. Which concept emphasizes the importance of fit between individuals and their work environments in industrial psychology? A. Job enrichment. B. Person-organization fit. C. Ergonomics. B. Person-organization fit. Person-organization fit emphasizes the compatibility between individuals and their work environments in terms of values, goals, and organizational culture. Industrial psychologists study this concept to enhance employee satisfaction, retention, and organizational effectiveness. Which approach in industrial psychology focuses on understanding the psychological processes underlying employee behavior and attitudes? A. Humanistic approach. B. Psychodynamic approach. C. Organizational behavior approach. C. Organizational behavior approach. The organizational behavior approach in industrial psychology focuses on understanding the psychological processes underlying employee behavior and attitudes within organizational contexts. It draws from various psychological theories and research methods to analyze topics such as motivation, leadership, and group dynamics in the workplace. What is the primary objective of job analysis in industrial psychology? A. To identify the most qualified candidates for a job position. B. To evaluate employee performance. C. To systematically study and describe job tasks and requirements. C. To systematically study and describe job tasks and requirements. The primary objective of job analysis in industrial psychology is to systematically study and describe job tasks, responsibilities, and requirements. This process involves collecting data on job duties, skills, knowledge,